All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be a late recap for this last week, ending on 2/11 of 2022. Going to keep it short. Once again, our 100% focus has been on getting this morning show ready to go and getting all the pieces in place. So we're going to keep this recap very, very short today. Remember, the live show is going to be available for everybody for the first hour of our trading. We will be looking at the Forex pairs. We've been looking at gold and silver. We'll be looking at crude oil, heating oil. We'll be looking at the indices like the Russell, the US 500, Wall Street 30, on and on. So anyway, that is going to be coming up here shortly. So let's just get through the numbers this week, and we're going to make this, like I said, we're going to make this really short. Okay, so naked stats for the week, once again, not too bad overall. Little bit of weak in the Euro US, but I do expect that to turn around. We have continued to focus on the US yen, as I mentioned to I think I mentioned it in my last video. Certainly mentioned it in the chat room to just focus on the US yen. We're going to be doing the same thing coming into this new week. We're going to focus a lot more on the US yen more than any other pair. And I'm going to tend to be a lot more short bias than I am long bias. So I'll be looking to do a lot more shorting than buying this week. Okay, so those two things. Also, first trade of the week though last week, despite the fact, even though some of the Aussie was a little bit weak, Euro was a little bit weak, we still had some really nice percentages on these first trades of the week, and it was across the board. You can see we had some Aussies, had some Euro, had some yen, so it wasn't just in one particular pair. It was across the board. So first trade out of the gate every morning did very well with 80% in the morning and 100% at night. So evenings seem for recently have been really good for that first trade, and so that's something I like to make a note of, because for some reason the action in the evening tends to be, or at least recently tends to be, a little bit smoother. All right, you don't have as much of that news coming in and affecting the movement, but still overall 80%, you still can't beat that. So had a good week overall. Once again, I didn't do any personal trading this week. Last week, I won't be doing any personal trading this week. So the idea is we want to get the live show together, and then I'll be able to call them. You watch us call these signals out live, and you can watch it live. Even if you're a non-subscriber, you can watch, and I can show you just how powerful these setups are. Okay, and that's the idea, is you'll be able to kind of get a glimpse into what we do in our live room, and give you a little bit of taste of the power of just trading without indicators, trading with these proprietary patterns. All right, these are not they're not typical chart patterns in terms of head and shoulders and pennants and those types of things, nor is it candlestick patterns. Okay, so these are patterns I developed back in the late 80s, and they've continued to stand the test of time. And I would expect after all this time and literally hundreds of thousands of setups, I don't anticipate that changing. So that being said, not a bad week. Still did pretty well overall. And we will be doing this probably again this week. No trading for me personally. Going to be focusing on getting this daily show together. A lot of it just has to do with some of the programmers finishing up and getting their stuff done. So I'm just waiting on them to finish it up, and then once that's done, we should be good to go. All right. Any questions, just go to binaryprostrategies.com. You can always get a hold of me that way. If you like these videos and you want to be notified when we do go live, if we have any new videos coming out, make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. Also, click the notification bell so you will be notified. All right. Everybody have a great trading week. Expect this week to be a lot of volatility, a lot of stuff going on overseas, a lot of news overseas. So that's going to continue to have an effect on all these currencies. So, and really all these markets, gold, silver, even of course the indices are going to be hot. So everything is going to be moving. So y'all have a really good week, and we will talk to you next weekend for our next weekly recap. Take care.